album. Mansion Entertainment has released a new live performance DVD by Sherry Ann. The project was recorded at River of Life Church in Smyrna, Tennessee. Russ Taff returns to the stage of the Grand Ole Opry ahead of the release of the new documentary, Russ Taff, I Still Believe. That's a look at some of the happenings in the world of Southern Gospel. You can keep up with the latest Southern Gospel news by reading SGN Scoops digital magazine. Take a look at their website at sgnscoops.com. And you can find more Southern Gospel news at our website, gospelmusictoday.com.
We have been on the road.
Yes, we have. We've been to Memphis to the Memphis Quartet Show, which we love to go to. And the Guardians were there, all four of them now. And I believe we have a clip.
Yes, we do.
Today a smile appeared across my face like it happened early yesterday.
And I suppose it's safe to say tomorrow's gonna be the same. This feeling deep inside ain't about to change.
I woke up this morning listening for a trumpet, caught a glimpse of glory when I knelt down to pray. I got a homesick feeling, thinking about a great one coming. Woke up this morning saying this could be the day.
Some may criticize the way we dream up out of better place, far away beyond the clouded blue.
But if they're with the Lord above, come fill them with His joy and love. Some happy day we'll hear them singing too. I woke up this morning listening for a trumpet, caught a glimpse of glory when I knelt down to pray. I got a homesick feeling, think about a great one coming. Woke up this morning saying this could be the day. I got up with heaven on my mind this morning. Oh, Jesus who healed the sick and blind. Let the sea billows flow, I have glory in my soul. Got up with heaven, got up with heaven, got up with heaven, got up with heaven on my mind. I woke up this morning, listening for a trumpet, caught a glimpse of glory when I knelt down to pray. You know, I got a homesick feeling, thinking about a great one coming. Woke up this morning saying this could be the day. Woke up this morning saying this could be the day. This could be the Got up with heaven, started thinking about Jesus. Got up with heaven, caught a glimpse of glory. Got up with heaven, got up with heaven, got up with heaven on my mind. I woke up this morning, listening for a trumpet, caught a glimpse of glory when I knelt down to pray. You know, I got a homesick feeling, thinking about a great one coming. Woke up this morning saying this could be the day. Woke up this morning saying this could be the
We do love the Memphis Quartet Show. It was great to see the Guardians, and as Gene said, there are four of them now that Pat Barker is a member of that quartet.
That's right. They're an exciting group. Who has a birthday this week?
Happy birthday to Southern Gospel solo artist Michael Combs. Michael's birthday is on November 6th.
And we wish a happy birthday to all our Southern Gospel friends.
We have more exclusive video with the Guardians coming up in just a little while, but first, Gene has been listening to some new music.
Right in the Middle is a new CD from a group in Texas called the McNeils. The CD was produced by Ben Isaacs, and many of the songs were written by members of the McNeil family. Some of the songs are He Heals and Believin', Paul's song, which has a calypso feel to it. The CD ends with an a cappella arrangement of Be Still My Soul. My favorite is Right on King Jesus. That's Right in the Middle by the McNeils.
This is a concert update from Gospel Music Today. Karen Peck and New River will sing at New Haven Church in Gainesville, Georgia on November 18. If you're looking for a concert near you, check the search engine at gospelgigs.com. It's very easy to use. And you can always use the links at our website, gospelmusictoday.com.
The Bible Tones Quartet was formed in 1957 by Mr. and Mrs. Ward Hurt. Hurt was born and raised in North Alabama and actively sang in quartets, including the group the Sand Mountain Quartet. In the late 1940s, Hurt and his wife moved to South Mississippi, where he established the Bible Tones. In the early 1980s, Hurt retired from the Bible Tones and leadership went to Howard Rutland and Paul Vinson. The quartet has achieved many accomplishments during its existence, including the recordings of many projects, videos, and TV programs. The group has also appeared on the Gospel Singing Jubilee, Grand Ole Opry, the Memphis Quartet Show, and the National Quartet Convention. You can find out more about this week's feature group from Mississippi at thebibletones.com.
We have more exclusive video with the Guardians from the Memphis Quartet Show coming up next on Gospel Music Today.
My favorite song, How Big Is God?
Though man may strive to go beyond the reef of space, to go beyond the distant glimmering stars, this world alone, so small, within my Master's house, the open sky is but a portion of his yard. How big is God? How big and wide his vast domain. To try to tell these lips can only start. He's big enough to this mighty universe, yet small enough to live within my heart. How big is God? How big and wide his vast domain. To try to tell these lips can only start. He's big enough to this mighty universe, yet small enough to live within my heart. us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the
Coming up next on Gospel Music Today, Ken visits with Ernie Haas. Welcome back to Gospel Music Today.
We went to a concert at Concord Baptist Church in Anderson, South Carolina. Ernie Haas and Signature Sound were there, and we talked to Ernie Haas. That's up next on Gospel Music Today. We are at the Concord Baptist Church in South Carolina. With me, Ernie Haas of Ernie Haas and Signature Sound, of course, and it's great to see you.
It's great to be with you again, Ken.
This is a concert sponsored by the Life FM radio network, and we are just backstage before the program. We are looking forward to a great night.
We are too, and Hurricane Michael has just come through like 24 hours before. So as our new CD cover says, I see clear skies, and we're thankful for that, and it's going to be a great night.
You are connected, of course, to the world-famous Cathedral Quartet. And I want to tell you that we talk to a lot of quartets doing this television program, and I will frequently say, well, who were the quartets that inspired you back in the day? And it's always the cathedrals, the cathedrals, the cathedrals. But I'm asking you that because you came out of that traditional quartet singing, traditional quartet presentation. Signature Sound is quite a bit different.
As much as I love the cathedrals and loved performing with them and ministering all those years, there's more in my heart than just that one dimension. And so that was the advice that my father-in-law George gave me. He says, you got to do what you feel in your heart, and you can't do anything less, and you don't want to do anything more. You want to find that spot. So I sat down before we even started the group. I'm like, if I could create a quartet, what would I want? And I wanted a hybrid. I wanted the cathedral harmony and heart and laughter. I wanted the youthfulness of what the Imperials had back in the 70s. I absolutely loved that. And then I loved the energy and the performance and the showmanship of the Statesmen. And so that was what was kind of guiding me. And so how to get there, I had no clue. but it was a process. And I got to tell you, after all these years, 15 plus years of having Signature Sound, it's still the process that keeps me going and gets me up in the morning. And so I don't wake up in the morning thinking about style. I wake up about what I want to say, what's in here. And of course, I'm almost 54 years old. I'm not 25 anymore like I was with the cathedrals. And so those things that are in here, I hope have matured and are speaking to the hearts of the people in a way that they didn't speak to or could never speak to when they were 25. You know?
Yeah. Who's in the group now?
So Devin McGlamory is singing lead. Devin's been here almost 10 years. And then Paul Harkey, our bass vocalist. People just absolutely love Paul. He's been here a little over 6 years now. And then the two new guys, Dustin Doyle singing baritone, and Tyler Vesto on the piano. And both of them have been here 3 years. And so you know how it is in a quartet. If you can get 3 or 4 years, you're doing good.
Yeah.
And so everybody who's been with me has been with me at least 6-7 years. So we've had minimum turnover, but everybody who's ever left, we still stay in touch. I text with Doug Anderson all the time, and matter of fact, we were in Kansas here a couple weeks ago, and sold out quartet. Ian Owen sings bass with them.
Yes.
They had a night off, and they actually came to one of our concerts, and so it's just nice to stay in touch with the guys throughout the years.
Tell me about the new CD.
Well, the title is Clear Skies, and it released a few months ago. And before it ever released, and we started, touring the project, I had it done about a year before that. I was just waiting for, the timing on it. We wanted to release it in the dead of winter, even though it's got a summer look and the summer feel. I wanted it to speak to people in those times when it was dark, lonely. And if you listen to the songs, you'll see that those songs are happy, but they're coming from another place. And just as we released it, that darkness came to life in our family through the death of my sister-in-law, Tara. Only 42 years old. We had we got a phone call saying, I've got a side ache. I need to go to the doctor. She'd never been sick, and we thought it was appendicitis. And they said, your whole upper GI is just full of cancer. So she never got a fighting chance. And so 3 weeks later, December the 31st, she passed away. And then 3 weeks later, it was all already in the pipeline to release Clear Skies. And so I've had to live these songs.
Yeah.
Long are the nights when you're lonely.
Mhm.
Dark are the days filled with pain.
Mhm.
Sometime.
Yeah.
And so praise him in the good times. And I praise him in the hard times.
Yeah.
And I'm just thankful for the opportunity to share those songs and those experiences on stage.
Mhm.
I can't go into detail like that every night. So thank you for the
Yeah.
opportunity to share a little bit more of the backstory.
Well, that's good. And it's unique to Southern gospel where songs can touch people like that, and people can point to a song that literally changed their life.
I hear that every night.
Yeah.
And I don't get tired of hearing that. And I get tired, physically tired of 30 plus years of touring and trying to sleep on a bus that's going down these bumpy old highways now. And just in the right time, when I feel like, what am I doing? Is it making a difference? Why do I keep pressing on? Somebody will walk up and say exactly that. I got an email this last week from a guy who heard my testimony about us letting Tara go. We prayed and said, Lord, you can have her.
Mhm.
We know you could heal her if you just looked at her right now. She would be up, going home and walking her dogs tonight. And we would praise you. But if you decide to take her, this is hard for us to say, but we're going to praise you anyways,
Right.
because we know you're good.
Yeah.
We just can't see the plan right now. We trust you. And that was a big moment. And I shared that story in a magazine article with the Singing News. Got an email, a long letter from a guy who he said he prayed the same prayer for his wife. And he lived for 2 years with the shame and guilt of maybe she didn't get well because he didn't have the faith. And he says, and that was the breakthrough.
Mhm.
That was the breakthrough that he needed. And so it's more than music at this point, Ken.
Yeah.
It's about just being open, being willing to share, without going into the gory details, but being able to share with the anointing and the love of Christ,
Mhm.
because everybody's going through something.
Yeah.
They really are.
And of course, the way you sing it and the way you present it is so important to that message.
Paul Harkey, that sings bass with us now, he said, everybody said, I heard the cathedrals at this time and I wanted to do this. He said, my first quartet was Signature Sound. He goes, so your goal was to make it with George and Glenn. My goal was to sing with you guys.
Yeah.
And so we're hearing that more and more. But as the Apostle Paul said, I plant, one waters, it's God that gets the increase. So it's
Yeah.
it's much more than just a music or a group or a style. And but I thank you for saying that, because if we're out here, we want to make a difference
Yeah,
for Christ.
that's right. Well, Ernie, it's always good to see you, and we want to thank you for being with us on Gospel Music today.
It's been my pleasure. It's been too long. Thank you for having me back.
Snapshot is an article in this month's Singing News, and it features Reuben Bean, who's the husband of Peg McCamey Bean. One interesting thing about Reuben is that once he had his own building business, so is it any wonder that his favorite store is Home Depot. You can read more about Reuben Bean in the current edition, and there's a link to Singing News at our website, gospelmusictoday.com.
I'm here to tell you, Jesus can.
This is a concert update from Gospel Music Today. Emmaus Road Quartet will sing at Faith Baptist Church in Cartersville, Georgia on November 18 at 6 p.m. You can find all the details at the Gospel Music Today website.
Silhouette is a new CD by the Weiss Carvers from Erwin, Tennessee. It was produced by Jeff Collins, and most of the songs are written by members of the group. In the release of Silhouette, the Weiss Carvers are stating who they are and how they want to be seen as the likeness of Jesus. My favorite on the CD is the title song, that's Silhouette by the Weiss Carvers. Next on Gospel Music Today, we'll go to the archives and hear Blake and Jenna Bolerjack. All right, it's time to go to the archives.
This is from a couple of years ago at the Assembly in Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. We heard Blake and Jenna Bolerjack, and that exclusive video is up next on Gospel Music Today.
It was right in the middle of a bright sunny day. The clear blue turned to a charcoal gray. I found it hard to keep my fear at bay. It was brewing up a storm. I saw the wind push against the sail. There was no time for me to bail. What's going to happen? I'm sure to fail. That was a crippling thought. Well, Jesus said, I see a chance for you to grow. Let's face the storm, go toe to toe. Here we go. Bring on the storm, bring on the thunder. Let it rain, let the hurricane swarm. Oh, I know my Lord can calm the raging sea. But if he says it's good for me, then bring on the storm. Well, most of the time I want to run and hide. I never want to go against the tide. And in the moment fear and faith collide. God's brewing up a storm. Find he can mold me in the rain. And just when I've gotten through the strain, don't stop. Bring on the storm, bring on the thunder. Let it rain, let the hurricane swarm. Oh, I know my Lord can calm the raging sea. But if he says it's good for me, then bring on the storm. Bring it on the storm. I said bring it on the storm. Oh, I know my Lord can calm the raging sea. But if he says it's good for me, then bring on the storm. I said bring it on the storm.
We love Blake and Jenna Bolerjack, and we do want to congratulate them. They were the Sunrise Duet of the Year at the SGN Scoops Diamond Awards for 2018.
Yes, we do want to congratulate them, and they're from Oklahoma. So those of you that live in the middle part of the country, you might want to look on their website, find out where they're going to be, and go listen to them.
Good advice.
And we'll see you next week on Gospel Music Today.
This is Gospel Music Today. Now, here are the hosts of Gospel Music Today, Ken and Jean Grady.
This is Gospel Music Today, and we are very glad you could be with us this week. We have Southern Gospel news coming up, some concert updates, and Jean has a feature group.
Our feature group this week is from Mississippi. It's the Bible Tones.
I'll be talking to Ernie Haas on today's program, And you've been listening to some new music.
Some new CDs, one by the McNeils and the other one by the Wise Carvers.
And you've been reading.
I've been out reading the Singing News.
We went to the Memphis Quartet show. We heard the Guardians sing, and we will have exclusive concert video on today's program.
And are we traveling back to Oklahoma for the archives?
Yes, we are. From 2017, we heard Blake and Jenna Bowler-Jack at the Assembly. We'll have exclusive video on today's program.
There's a lot going on. Let's get started.
This is Gospel Music Today. The news is next.
Michael Booth has signed an exclusive solo contract with Daywind Records. Michael will still be singing with the Booth Brothers. The Inspirations have renewed their contract with Horizon Records, their home for recording since 2001. The group is currently working on a new album. Mansion Entertainment has released a new live performance DVD by Sherry Ann. The project was recorded at River of Life Church in Smyrna, Tennessee. Russ Taff returns to the stage of the Grand Ole Opry ahead of the release of the new documentary, Russ Taff, I Still Believe. That's a look at some of the happenings in the world of Southern Gospel. You can keep up with the latest Southern Gospel news by reading SGN Scoops digital magazine. Take a look at their website at sgnscoops.com. And you can find more Southern Gospel news at our website, gospelmusictoday.com.
We have been on the road.
Yes, we have. We've been to Memphis to the Memphis Quartet show, which we love to go to. And the Guardians were there, all four of them now. And I believe we have a clip.
Yes, we do.
When my alarm clock rang today, a smile appeared across my face like it happened early yesterday. Come on now.
And I suppose it's safe to say tomorrow's gonna be the same. This feeling deep inside ain't about to change.
I woke up this morning, listening for a trumpet, caught a glimpse of glory, and I ended up down to pray. I got a homesick feeling, thinking about a great one coming. Woke up this morning saying this could be the day.
If he don't come today, I'm looking for him tomorrow. How about you? Come on. Now some may criticize the way we dream about a better place, far away beyond the clouded blue.
But if they'll let the Lord above come fill them with His joy and love, some happy day we'll hear them singing too. I woke up this morning listening for a trumpet.